Hello. For those who don't know me, my name is Rachel. Um, I've grown up in the States. It's my second home. For those of you who don't know, my first home is here, Cochabamba, Bolivia. I'm an artist, I'm a filmmaker, and I'm also a human. And as an artist and a human, I feel such a responsibility inside to help in the best way I can. So this is the only way I could think of to help. For all of you that didn't know this, I live in Bolivia, as I said. Bolivia is the heart of South America. And last year, October of 2019, my country went through a very, very serious and bad situation where there were rioting and there were fights or wars, if you will, between police and the citizens and citizens against citizens. So you can imagine how terrible the situation that we went through was. You literally could not go out of your house, and it wasn't because anyone was telling you that you couldn't, but because you genuinely feared for your life. I remember the first encounter I had with something like this. My mom and I were in the center of the city and we were going to buy groceries. And as we were walking towards the market, we saw tear gas, and that was my first encounter with it. I remember my mom just getting scared and being like, oh my god, like we need to find refuge, you know? So thankfully we were in a place where there were like lots of shopping centers. So we went into one and they closed the doors and we couldn't get out for a few hours until they all had passed and the tear gas was gone. Because tear gas really is harmful for your health in every aspect possible. You can get your eyes irritated, and some cases you can even turn blind, you can lose your eyesight. If you breathe it, it's really toxic for you. You get to a point where it just hurts to breathe and you start panting and it gets really harder to breathe as it progresses. And if you have contact with your hands or any part of your skin, it will get irritated and it will itch and it will burn. So, seeing it as it is, tear gas has been banned in warfare. So, I think it's pretty clear that tear gas is just very bad for us. Right now, what they're probably using is CS gas, which is the most common type of gas that they use. And in the riots in my country, at first they were using tear gas made here in Bolivia, but there was a point where there were like shortages, so they started importing tear gas from the outside. And when people in my country realized what was happening, we found out that the tear gas coming into Bolivia was from the States. We don't know how it happened, we don't know who brought it, but we knew that it was really strong. It was stronger than any other tear gas that we had been in contact with the first part of October. So we went from literally just wearing, most people were using this, which is a textile type of surgical mask. So what we did was we went out like this, as you usually would during the coronavirus, right? So with that tear gas that was a lot stronger, this just wasn't enough anymore. So we came up with lots of different ways that we could keep ourselves healthy and safe. So as the tear gas became stronger, we realized that this wasn't going to be enough. So we came up with our own ways to stay safe during the riots, which is what I'm going to show you today. But before I even get into that, I really want to take a few seconds of this video to reach out to you all, because even though I'm not there present physically, my heart is there with you all. And I'm getting really like choked up because this is such a delicate situation, you know? It's something we've been fighting all over the world for as long as we can remember. Racism really is a problem. I want a world. I'm 23 right now, and I think of my future, and I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to have lots of children and a family, and as I grow older, that just seems like a really bad idea. Like, I think about my brother, for example. He's American. He was born in the States. I don't know if I would want my brother to go back to that. It's scary to think about it. Now, there are a few words I would like to say before I even begin to show you all these tools that you could use for safety. And I'm going to read it off a paper that I've written. And I'm reading it just because it's really hard to memorize things when they come from within. It's easier for me to just write it down and express it to you all. I really hope these words mean something to you. I really hope these words get to you, and I really, really hope that you understand and listen to these words. Because of everything that has happened since October, I've learned a lot. Please learn from our mistakes. I'll never understand what it's like to be a Black woman in the world we live in today. To be so powerful, yet so hopeless. To have to live in a world where teaching your child how to react to police means don't move a muscle and explain you are unarmed is part of raising your child. Saying please be safe means more to colored mamas out there than it does to anyone else, because they know the fear isn't just that they will get kidnapped. Their biggest fear is getting a call or seeing their child get shot dead in a matter of seconds by those who promise to protect. To know the law has left you to chance and injustice, a system that was never designed to protect you. I know it's scary and I know you're outraged, but turning into one of them is not the answer. Generations in the past have been fighting this fight for years. We tried it their way and have failed. It's time to try it our way. Don't forget the fight is against a system, not each other. Don't fight each other, don't hurt each other, don't kill each other. They want to see you fight each other. Segregation will be your defeat. Seeing all of us standing together as one is what they fear most. As kids, we saw a movie called Ants. We were raised with the right tools to fight a damaged system. We just forgot. We forgot we are many and that the oppressors are the true minority. Standing together as one strong united front is what will make our voices louder and to be heard. Help each other, love each other, and set an example of what life could look like if they didn't try so hard to separate us. Show them we now see the reality of what unification can do. Help each other grow instead of stomping on each other. And I really do mean it. I really do hope that we realize that the problem isn't with each other. It's a system that was designed for us to never realize or see the clarity of how things really are. If you see someone that has their convenience store or any type of business and they're doing everything they can to protect it, please help them. Help them. You have no idea what it was like for that person to raise and save every penny they had to having that business. Maybe it's the only thing they have to be able to put food on their table. Do not turn into them, okay? Please don't hurt each other. Help each other. Be there for each other. That's the only way. That's the only way we're ever going to be able to change. Change for good. Please stay safe out there. Please, please, please stay safe. Don't do anything that will put your life in danger. You serve the cause better alive than dead. It's not worth dying. You don't need to die to make a point. Please, 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 please don't do it. Be safe out there. Help each other. If you see someone that doesn't have the total care they need, please let them know, like, you need to do this to be safe out there. Please don't go to that place. There are people who might hurt you. If you see anything, please put it out there. Communicate with each other. Make WhatsApp groups. Make groups in Facebook. But any type of communication that you may have in order to stay safe, everyone can stay safe if you all just communicate. So now I am going to teach you all what I've learned in October in order for you all to be safe, okay? So without further ado, here we go.